Hey guys, Raj Sangha of Car Security. Welcome back to the channel. We are with my 964 Turbo, but I'm not driving it today. Last year we started a new series on the channel where we allowed some of the staff to drive Car Security demo cars or some of my personal cars. And we went out in our GR Yaris. Now that was back in April 2022. Since then, we've not filmed another episode. So we thought, you know what, 2023, let's kickstart that series again. And let's do it with something a little bit more special. So today we are going out in my bad boys 964 Turbo with 3 staff members. So yeah, this is my 1993 Porsche 964 Turbo 3.3, but it's highly modified. So in terms of power, stock 3.3 delivers about 320 brake horsepower. This is probably good for about 350, 360 brake horsepower. If you want to see a bit more about this car, where I go a little bit more in depth, then if you click here, you can see my episode on Raj's Garage about the 964 Turbo. Now, let's grab the first driver of 3, and that will be Matt Bing.
Oh, Jesus. I don't fit. My feet are too big for the pedals. And why are they pointing over there?
You haven't even driven the car yet and you're already complaining.
I think it's knocked about 5 years off my life just standing behind it.
Shut up. Do you know what turbo lag is?
Is it like what VTEC is in the S2000?
Possibly, yeah. But
nothing,
I think
nothing, then everything.
You'll hear it whistle and then all hell will break loose if you keep your foot on the pedal.
You're really selling this. I'm absolutely terrified.
So guys, this is Matt Bing.
Hello.
Yeah, he complains a lot, as you can see.
Not as much as Flora.
And you can hear. What's your daily at the moment?
When it's not in use, I sort of nick the tuning store TT, mainly to save money because my own car is an F-Type R. It's a bit thirsty.
Right, let's get going. So you're in second gear, turbo kicks in about 3,300. Okay.
That's a lot faster than the 350 brake you're expecting.
But the thing is, when you're actually driving through the gears, first, second, third, and you're off boost, it feels like an old car.
It does. There's a whole section below that boost where it feels a bit sluggish, doesn't it?
Yes.
Which is why it's so easy to drive slow.
It is a heavy car. I don't know what your F-Type weighs. This is about 1,450 kilograms.
Mine's probably about
15,
3
16.
tons.
No?
No,
1,800? I don't know. I don't know what an F-Type weighs. But that's like 500 brake horsepower, isn't it?
540 something.
Oh, it's showing off there now. All right. Firstly, how do you feel with the pedals?
So in terms of biting point, it's very easy. A lot easier than I thought it would be for such an old car. But my only issue is the pedal size and how close they are together, and me having size 11 webbed feet.
Okay. Have you noticed that you're setting slightly skew whiff?
It's a bit Italian in that respect, I think. You're pointing towards sort of the centre front, aren't you?
Yeah.
Shall I give it some beans?
Go for it.
It's quite violent, isn't it?
That's the whole fun of this car.
It is very violent.
You're sort of off boost, and then bang, it throws you back in your seat, and it just propels you forward.
It is fast though, isn't it?
I think it's fairly quick. Steering feedback, suspension, it's got built-in suspension.
Suspension is amazing. You can feel everything. I think the steering is a bit loose.
Okay.
Like I'm going straight now, and it's a bit.
It's fun though, isn't it?
I'm changing gear way too early as well.
I know you are. You're changing
so
gear
much
out.
fun. I'm changing gear about 4 or 5.
Yeah, you've got a lot more scope there. But obviously, we've got to try and ensure that we're within speed limits, of course.
I expected it to be sluggish, boaty, uncomfortable, and it's not. Granted, the suspension is Bilstein, it's not factory, is it? Out of interest, how much does a car like this go for? How much are these worth?
A 3.3 turbo in this condition, probably about 130,000. A 3.6 turbo, probably double that. If you were to describe this car in one word, what would you say?
Vicious.
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 Okay. And if you were to describe the 964 Turbo in one sentence, how would you describe the car?
Something I can't afford.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, right, so final thoughts?
I think you should let me drive your cars more often, but I don't know, we should go for another drive.
No, because I've got
Right
things
now.
to do.
No, we don't.
Right, guys, here is Jason. He's saying,
Let's do this.
so this is not your first time in a Porsche, is it?
No, I've taken the 993 out,
993 Turbo.
turbo. I've
We
taken
took that to Box and Gas last
Box and
year.
Gas, yeah. That was an amazing car to drive. Never driven in this, or never driven this. I can't wait. I've been dying to get my hands on this for a while.
Let's go whenever you're ready.
Right.
What are you currently driving?
Mark 7.5 GTI. Done a Revo Stage 1 map on it.
This is 3.3 single turbo, highly tuned, probably pushing 350, 360 brake.
Wow.
Okay, so he's already experienced the turbo.
That turbo, wow. More vicious than the 993.
Well, the 993, because it's linear, you don't actually feel that sort of violent delivery of power. Two turbos. So you got one at the lower rev range and you got one sort of mid rev range. This kicks in about 3,300 RPM. Were you in fourth then, or second?
I was in third.
Are you in third?
Yeah, I was
You're in
in
fourth
third.
now, okay.
I'm in fourth now, but I went from third. That was quick.
So this is very much old school turbo.
Yes.
930 turbo, 964 turbo, even my Audi RS2 that I had, this reminds me of that. When you're driving now, it feels like an old, heavy, classic car.
But it's that sleeper theory, isn't it? It's like, you know, the car comes up to you on the side and then he shifts off and then you can actually catch him and surprise him.
So even there, you change gear up 4,500.
Yeah. There's a lot more scope.
So 3 questions. Firstly, how would you describe this car in one word based on your 3-minute drive that you had?
Violent. It's
Violent, okay.
It's surprisingly violent. You don't expect it.
And if you were to describe the car in one sentence?
She's a beauty, man. Honestly.
She's a beauty. That's
yeah.
quite nice, actually. So yeah, I think Jason's quite impressed. He's got a lovely smile.
I've been privileged again to drive one of Raj's cars, so thank you very much for that, Raj.
That's all right.
Cheers.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, you can see Palms in full bad boys mode. You have driven this before, I do know that.
Yeah, I have driven it, but I haven't driven it.
Yeah.
The last one
Okay.
of yours I drove, I got 3 points, so I kind of held back.
That was your own fault. You know, I can't control your right foot. That's something you need to do when you're driving. As I've asked the others, Matt and Jason, what are you currently driving?
Got a caddy van and G80 M3.
A baller.
I'm trying.
Right. Let's go.
The noise is great. That's how you're supposed to drive. That's how you're supposed to drive.
Okay.
Damn.
Right.
Woo-hoo.
Palms in a
Sorry.
Palms in a different mood today. I think Matt was taking it easy because it's the first time he's driven it. Jay-Z was just super excited. You're just on another level. So what are your thoughts on the noises and the drama? Is this all you? This is
Yeah. It adds to the thrill of the drive. It's thrilling.
there is a bit of turbo lag.
They're good as well, aren't they?
Yeah, this is an amazing car.
You actually feel it when you're gunning it through the gears. You understand what this car's about. Just imagine, take yourself back to 1993. This car has just come out and you're driving, and it's this amount of power.
You were the king.
It was a supercar.
You were the king of the road.
Yeah, it was a
Literally.
supercar. So if you were to describe this car in one word, what word would you use?
Sick. All in capital letters. Sick.
Okay. So if you were to use a sentence to describe this car,
Yeah.
how would you describe it? Caught him off guard there, guys.
It's a very fancy Beetle. No, I'm joking.
Did he actually just say that?
No, it's not. I think this is a league above.
Oh, okay. So his sentence is a league above, comparing it to the 993 Turbo.
I think so. Just because don't get me wrong, the 993 is brilliant, but this is proper.
When I drive it and I enjoy it. It's only when somebody else drives it that you have an understanding of how they feel. Okay. This thing does go, I've got to say. It throws you in the back of the seat, and it goes.
When you're a passenger, you feel it more.
Yeah,
obviously.
you do. So there we have it, guys. 3 staff members driving the 964 Turbo. They've given their own first impressions or second impressions in Palm's case, maybe third. I think he has driven it a couple of times. So quick overview, guys. So Matt described the car as vicious in one word. Jason said it was violent, and Palm described it as sick in capital letters. So I think they're all pleasantly surprised and impressed, as I am always when I drive this car. Now, moving on from this, guys, what do you think of this series? Is this something that you'd liked watching? You know, if you're watching it now, you probably did enjoy it, in which case first thing you need to do is hit that thumbs up button. Should we do more of this content? And if you would like us to do more of this content, what should the guys drive? Now, we could maybe jump into the 993 Turbo next, maybe the 3 same people jump into that, because you'd have an idea of what the 964 is like, and then you jump into the 993, which is twin turbo. Or should we jump into the GT3s, 997, 992, although Matt can't jump into them because he's yet to hit 30.
Or we 992, mate, let's go.
Yeah, or we can go out in the classics. So guys, yeah, let us know in the comments which one of those cars that I've mentioned we should jump into next, or if there's another car that you think and you know it's on the CAS fleet, just go to our Instagram and you'll see all the cars. Maybe we jump into one of those. As always, guys, thanks for watching. As I'll say it again, make sure you smash that like button, and we'll be back in another episode. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Palm's got his thinking cap on. I'm going to go inside and do some work. I think Palm wants to take this car for another drive on his own.
I'll borrow it on the weekend.
If you want. Cool. All right. So guys, see you later.
Safe.
Are you going for a drive?
No, I've got work to do, mate.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Laters.